Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a little bit more of the old Manic miners. So, I thought we'd do some more custom levels today, because I can never get enough of this game, and judging off some recent comments, neither can you, which is a lovely thing. Nice to know that we're all on the same page, being chemically addicted to this little hobby. So, yes, I'll do some more custom levels, because there's nothing new in terms of the campaign to do at the moment. And there's there's one thing I'm going to do today, and one thing I want to suggest that we do possibly another time. What you can see here is a list of missions, which seem to be based off something called Baz mod, or Baz's mod, which, judging purely from the name and no other information, because I'm so professional that I didn't look it up, I presume it's somebody called Baz who made a mod for the original game. It seems to be that someone has been going around recreating that mod in Manic Miners. And we've actually already seen one of the missions. We've actually seen this one, the Drill and I one. It's not exactly that one because it's a slightly different file. It would be this one here, yes. In the previous, not the previous video, but the previous video of custom levels, I actually did this mission, the first mission in the campaign in this Baz mod version, which seems to be like a generally expanded version of each of the missions. So there's lots here. There's like 33 of them, which is 8 more missions than the original campaign had, and you can see most of them are the same, like Fire, Back to Basics, I Spy, and there are also some which are sort of new, like, where did I see one? Cold Comfort, Slimy Simple, Seamless, Down in the Dirt, Molten Mayhem, The Hard Rock Life, and there's also a couple here at the beginning, Recruitment and Mine over Mana. Now, I'm not going to play any of those today. I'm just talking about this because I want to sort of get your opinion, as it were. If you would like me to, I'll make videos on this campaign. Obviously, that would be like quite a long thing, because at most it would be like 2 videos or 2 missions per video, which can end up being like 16 videos. It end up being quite a lot, potentially, particularly if they're bigger than the original missions in the campaign were. But obviously there would be some degree of repetition, because like the core of the mission, like we saw with the Drill Night one, is going to be the same as the original bit in the campaign. But if that's something that you'd maybe be interested in seeing, then tell me, and I'll probably do it. I'll probably do it if you don't tell me anyway, because it'll be an excuse to play this game some more. But yeah, or if you think that's a terrible idea, tell me it's a terrible idea. But anyway, that's not what we had to play today. I want to play some other missions today. There's a mission here called New Zealand, which sounds exciting. Oh goodness, I'm not going to read this in a Kiwi accent. I've offended enough people in various other videos I've made today. Welcome to a series of small islands that are rich in energy crystals and ore. They look familiar. Nevertheless, you send a small fleet to investigate them, build up a upgrade at HQ, navigate the rivers, mountainous terrain, collect 30 energy crystals. Ah yeah, that's why I played this one, because there's a low number of crystals, not like 7,000 that some of them require. It takes all day to do those missions. Anyway, the islands are full of shallow rivers. It should be possible to bridge over them by building power paths on either side. I'll give you a demonstration once you've teleported in with the tool store. I'm sorry. What? Building bridges? Nobody told me we could do that. Stuff. Yes. Unidentified movement sighted. Silicon life form. Does that mean there's monsters in this? That would be fun. How does this work? Oh goodness, this looks cool and little. This is adorable. Okay, so here are some stuff going on. Oh, is this literally a map of New Zealand? I have no idea which way up New Zealand is. It's either that way up or it's that way up. If I had to guess, I'd say it's that way up. I'm sorry, I used to have a big map of the world, but I don't have that anymore. Right, never mind then. Right, you need to pick this up. And you don't have any upgrades, do you? No, you don't. That is a darn shame. But never mind. Let's send both of you over here. Let's find somewhere nice to build a tool store. Let's go. I feel like this bit probably. Yes, here we are. Okay. Let's have you jump out of there, and you jump out of there, and then we can start breaking lots of things into little smithereens. and see if we can find some nice treasure. Right. Yeah, indeed, we have already found some nice treasure. Okay, then. How does this look? This one looks very pleasing and positive so far. Oh, and you've got spades as well. That's lovely. I wish the people that came down in ordinary missions came with spades. That would be... What? We've barely even... Do you have guns? Probably not. Could you get back in this place? Okay, good. Who's leaving? That's spiffing. Do you kids have guns? You probably don't, do you? You have a sandwich, but you don't have a gun. I wouldn't like to try and bribe a monster with a sandwich. Right, can you try that again, please? Hopefully this time it'll be slightly more successful. Not that it could be much less successful. Right. That was slightly unexpected. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, you need to get some path going so that we can build a tool store. I feel like maybe we should build, like, multiple tool stores. Like, various different little outposts that we can use for the collecting of stuff and the doing of things. That sounds exciting. Right, let's bring one of these down. See if I can get myself a demonstration that I was talking about. I don't know how it's going to do that. I'm not aware of the game having any functionality for that. Oh, you can bring up custom messages. How exciting. These islands are full of rivers and they're mountains to the sea. They are short and shallow, should be possible to bridge over them. What, like this one? Is that what you mean? By placing power paths on each side of the river, we'll be able to cross the river and turn the water into land. So building power path here would bridge this tile of river. Building path would bridge... Okay, I had no idea you could do this. There are lots of rivers in this island, but we should be able to make bridges across most of them. That's cool. That's exciting. I need to make another tool store. Goodness. Is that something you can do in the original game? Well, no, obviously you can't do it in the original game. I mean, is that something which is unique to this level? Or is that something which you can do in, like, the rest of Manic Miners, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Fascinating. How very interesting. Okay then, this is cool. This is exciting. Yeah, let's bring down some more peeps. Have we got lots of air? We have much air. Good. Let's just bring down some more little people. And give them guns as well. Goodness. I should have done that ages ago. Get out. If there's monsters, I want you all to have guns. Guns, guns, guns. Everyone and everywhere have a gun, please. There we are. That's a bit better. How many people we got? We got 10 people. Good, good, good. Okay then, we need to get our tool stores upgraded as well so that we can start dispensing a bit of the old boom boom boxes. By which I mean dynamite, because I've never described them that way before, and most people are probably sitting here thinking, please never describe them like that again. Can't say I disagree with you on that front, my friends. Right, never mind. Oh dear, it's always a good day to be back in this game. Yay, it worked! I didn't see it work, which makes me feel rather stupid. I should have done that. Never mind. That's cool. I want somebody to go off to a new island. Let's go off, have a little explore somewhere. Let's see, where should we go? We could send someone over there. Oh goodness. What the hell? Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty aunt. What the hell, what the hell, what the hell? Oh, goodness. This was a massive error on my part. We don't have nearly enough people to get everyone out of here. Oh, blast.
Anyone know how fast this thing goes?
That was a mistake. That's why they were running away. Ah. That's nice. Oh, goodness, that's less nice. Could you shoot him? No, you couldn't. Could you shoot him? Well, at least he's got nowhere to go. Right, this isn't exactly a stellar beginning. Right, that's better. Anybody that doesn't have a gun needs to... thank you. Gideon, this level is a little bit broken. Oh dear. Oh dear. I guess we better build some power path here so we can get rid of this bit of water, and then we can get rid of some power path here and get rid of that bit of water, and then we can go across here. Right then. That was embarrassing. Never mind. Moving swiftly on. Where did that little man go that I sent miles away? I've got no idea where he ended up. Oh dear. Where have you gone, friend? I do not know. He travelled away. And I've never seen him again. Oh, there he is. Right, sorry. Oh man, I mean, I wanted missions with monsters in them, don't get me wrong. It didn't work that time. Blast. Never mind. I just have to cut through this piece, I suppose. Yeah, I wanted missions with monsters in them, because I thought, oh, that would be fun. That way we can, we can do something a bit more interesting. Because obviously in the normal missions, I know how to defeat the monsters, because I know where they come from, and I know their sort of regularity, and I have a funny feeling there's more lava behind it. Probably should be using my old radar. No, actually this one seems alright. Yeah, this one seems to be vaguely acceptable. Okay, let's carry on mining out in that direction. Why is no one going off to mine this piece? Could you go over there and do that, please? Not sure why you're being quite so disobedient, probably because they all got confused when the volcano went off. Are there volcanoes in New Zealand? I feel like if there was a volcano in New Zealand, I would know about it. I feel like volcanoes aren't the sort of thing that generally go unannounced. But, what do I know? Okay then, let's just relax for a moment and take stock of exactly how much we've screwed up. Is there a link between these two islands? Not currently, but I might be able to make one. Yeah, I reckon I could make one across here. It did say you could do them across two squares, but yeah, let's get someone to clear that.
Alright.
And then, yeah, you need to come around here so we can build another piece there. Yeah, this should be alright. I must say, it's lovely to have lava that sits still. At least after a while. That is lovely. I must say, I was rather concerned when the lava appeared, because I thought, oh no, that's the end of the whole thing, everything's screwed now. But, gladly it wasn't quite that bad. Okay then, if you could pick up some of this ore, we can build some path across here and try to make a little bridge. Although mind you, when we get through here, we'll probably be able to come back across here like that. But, this way we can get to it a little bit sooner.
I'm busy.
No, you're not, and that's what I'm cross about. If you were busy, I wouldn't be cross, but you're not, so I am. Never mind. These people are not being very obedient today, are they? Have I lost my normal authoritative tone? We see cretins like me wandering around. The first thing they think is, goodness, that man.
I'm busy.
That man needs to be listened to. Oh dear. Okay then. Right. I feel like we should send somebody over to the main island. I feel like we're coming up the bum end of the little ones at the minute. I feel like this is the main land mass of interest, which I feel like is going to have a load more bad stuff in it. Well, I can't see any bad stuff in it, but that doesn't mean anything. Just because something can't be seen doesn't mean it can't kill you. Okay then, let's get the rest of this mined out. I'll just set lots of it to be done. But I'll just set it all to be done for you. Yeah, that should do, roughly. Goodness, it looks weird looking at the world like this. Right, where are you going? You're going. Come back at once. I want you to come over here so that we can start the invasion of the mainland. Has New Zealand ever been invaded? I feel like goodness from where? From there. Okay, well at least everyone's got a gun this time. Interestingly, what I've also realised is you have a strange coloration to you. Give that back. Thank you. You're a naughty man. Somebody go and get that, please. No, they couldn't, because we need someone in a rapid rider to go and get that. Could you go and get it, please? Hopefully. I'm not convinced you're actually going for it, so I'm just going to tell you to go again.
Hello. The boss.
I wish you'd stop complaining about stuff. I know you'd rather be in an aeroplane, but we haven't got one at the moment. Anyway, what was I prattling on about? Has New Zealand ever been invaded? I feel like it hasn't. I feel like New Zealand is one of those countries like Andorra that never really gets involved in big crises, which is nice. It must make it. Oh, for goodness sake! From where? From over there, where you can't do anything. Okay, you just came out for a breath of fresh air.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, to each their own. I'm going to bring you over here as well to give Jet some reinforcements. Because let's be honest, she probably needs them. To be honest, I could do with some reinforcements at this point. Right. Is the priority for... Oh, the goodness sake, from where? From there. What was I talking about? Before I was talking about New Zealand and everything else. What I've noticed which is interesting is that in this mission we've got multiple types of monsters spawning in the same place, in the same level even, in the sense that we have rock monsters and we have lava monsters as well, which is interesting. Good. You seem to drop it. I'm not convinced I know why, but I'm not complaining. What did for goodness sake, I send you people away and then I get distracted and then you don't go. It's very irritating. It's very confusing as well. Yeah, in the standard campaign, of course, if you were in a rock level, you had rock monsters. If you were in a lava level, you got lava monsters. You never had both at the same time, which is interesting to see. Interesting to see an example of that. I feel like I should maybe actually build up the base in terms of getting like a... dear, I really need to get some people over here to drill this out because this is getting on my nerves. Haha, ye big silly Billy, stole them from under your nose. Literally scooped his food up from under his nose and took it away. Right, that's a bit better. Goodness, over there. Right. This is going to be especially dangerous because there's nowhere... It's not going to be especially dangerous because they ain't going to do a hell of a lot. This is going to be especially dangerous because, of course, there's nowhere I can put these crystals currently, so I need to build another tool store over here. That would be the sensible thing to do. Just keep you drilling stuff. We need another tool store as well so we can make more dynamite. That'd be sensible. Right, let's get some of the rubble around here cleared up so that we can get these last few bits of hard rock sorted out. Just blast them open just in case there's anything fun in there. There we are, that's all that sorted. There's another one of these. Thank you very much. I was thinking about, for a moment, how difficult it would be in order to actually transport people across. Because right now, of course, we've got these two that have gone across in the Rapid Riders, but of course we can't get anyone else across, because if, say, Jet got in this Rapid Rider and brought it back over here and she jumped off, then someone got in it and drove back, that wouldn't actually increase the number of people over here. So I suppose there's two ways you could do it. You could either put them in a vehicle like a truck and then use a tunnel transport to maneuver them across. Don't tell me no one can get that. Don't tell me that is the reality of the situation. I should be... for goodness sake. Right, so that's better. Yes, bend your knees. I mean, it's rather difficult for you to bend your knees, given that you are a Lego person. But never mind. Can we shoot the monster now, please? Where is he? He's over there. Oh, I should have been shooting him ages ago. That's alright, you can destroy that. It doesn't matter too much. I noticed. Thank you. I'm glad we got that sorted out. Right then. How are there just crystals lying about all over the show? This is very, very annoying. Okay, I need to get more people off this island and back onto the mainland. I feel like we need to graduate from this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to get in this. I'm going to get you to sit here. I'm going to get you to pick that up. Just get rid of that. Would ye come back? Thank you. There we are. And then bring this over here. That'll at least get the truck over here. Get some stuff working on it. At least get stuff moving a bit quicker. And get the crystals put away safely. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, how are we going to get people onto this island? Oh, for goodness sake, I don't know. You're going to get out of that so you can shoot the monster. I suppose, of course, we could, if we beam those people up, and then... Goodness sake, these monsters are proving to be a little bit of a pain in the old buttocks. But never mind, if I beamed these folks up, and then beamed up that tool store, I could then beam them back down, and they would have come back to this tool store, if only there was one here. But of course there isn't. Right. Let's get some more of this mined out before anybody else can turn up and screw our day. Okay. I mean, this is what I wanted, as I said, you know. I wanted missions where I couldn't predict the monsters, because it would make the monsters harder to deal with. That's what I wanted. But at the same time, I'm not convinced I wanted it quite this much. Let's blast that piece as well. Could you just clear a bit of rubble so that nobody trips over and hurts themselves while they're getting it sorted out. Do I need to upgrade this tool store to get it to dispense dynamite? Because I can set this to be dynamited. Are you going to pick up a piece of dynamite? No, you're not. The dynamite is only going to be given away from that, isn't it? Which means I need to upgrade this one, don't I? Try cancelling that and resetting it. That might get it to work better. Right.
Yes, all right.
We got a crystal out of that one, which makes me think it is worth sticking around to destroy the hard rock around here. Maybe they're just too busy doing other things, to be honest. Right, run this way, please. That's not the way I wanted you to run, but never mind. Okay, we didn't get anything out of that one, but there's only one more to do, and then we'll be all sorted. Right. There's a lot of ground to cover here. A lot of ground to cover indeed. How long have we going? 23 minutes. Not too shabby. What is shabby is that I'm not clearing this rubble, which means people will move really slowly as they attempt to escape from all of the exploding death. Do I need to... I don't need this to... Do I need this to be level 3? You know, I can't remember. Problem with this game is there's a big bank of information about how the original game worked, and then there's this big bank of information about how the new one works, and occasionally wires get crossed and things get all confused, and I get all muddled. But, I should probably set clearing rubble to be a higher priority than collecting ore right now, shouldn't I? So that... Would you stop running into the rubble? It's very irritating. Right, is everything sorted here? Not quite, no. Because now they're going to clear the rubble instead of getting the dynamite. Dear. What? Oh, there's a little slider here. You can set how many you want to dispense. That's cool. Never saw that before. Don't even think that was there before. Right, let's get that blasted through. Oh, how are we going to get across here? We're not going to be able to. Oh, fiddlesticks. That's very irritating. Never mind, we're going to have to get somebody to get in a little boat. Yeah, and go across. Build some path over there, and then we can build a little bridge. Yeah, this should work. Let's set a piece of path there. Are we all finished over here? No, because you're still not getting the dynamite. Could you pick up the dynamite, please? Thank you. That's better. No, that's not what I wanted you to do at all. Oh, goodness. Never mind. I'll leave them over there. If they get it sorted out, they get it sorted out. If they don't, they don't. It doesn't matter that much. Let's bring the radar back over here so we're a bit more interested in it. Right. You start mining some stuff out here. And then we can use that to build another piece of path here.
An energy crystal has been found.
I think the AI is getting a little confused by certain elements of this map. Because the dynamite all seems to be a little tiny bit broken. Right. Let me see if I can do this manually. Dispense a piece of dynamite. Now, I know I can prime dynamite myself, because I discovered that a little while ago. Right, here we are. Pick up dynamite or prime dynamite. Goodness, I better press the right button. Press E. Or F, or whichever press the one which doesn't make everything blow up. It's the long and the short of it. Right then. There we are, at least the bridge is working. Deposit dynamite, press F. Is it going yet? I think it is, yes.
An energy crystal has been found.
Marvellous. That worked a bit better. Okay, good. Everything is a bit mended now. Let's get all the rest of this mined out. Okay then. I suppose I'm going to have to do that again now, aren't I? Because I don't want to leave that piece of hard rock behind. Except I can't, because there's no dynamite here, because I haven't set any to be deposited. That was silly of me. Let's try this again.
An energy crystal has been found.
Yay! An extra one. Lovely stuff. Right then. As soon as somebody gets that, we can then. I'm going to beam all of the folks here up, and then I'm going to beam them back down over here, so that we can not do that. That's not what I meant to do at all. So that we can get some more people on this island, and we can be a little bit more industrial about this. For things are moving at a slightly tardy pace, and I don't much like that. I don't much like that at all. Right, have you sorted the crystal out? Yes, okay then. Right. Let me grab the whole heckin' lot of you and beam you all up. I'll beam that up as well. Because we sorted that island now. Now, I'm going to bring down lots more people. Yes, 6 is the right number. There we go. Now, hopefully the same people are coming back down. I can't remember who I left over there. I certainly left me over there. Am I coming down eventually? Yes, possibly. No, possibly not. I don't know, I'm all confused. No, it's bringing down normal people instead of the proper trained people. Oh, blast. That was a mistake.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That was a big mistake. Oh well, never mind. Not much more we can do about it, I suppose. Right then. Let's finish off clearing out this part of the island before we move on to the next bit.
A monster has appeared.
Oh, and the new people don't have guns. Of course they frickin' don't. Why would they have guns? They'd be like downright useful, wouldn't they? Oh, move your bottom, you big silly Billy. Goodness sake.
Action stations.
My brain. Where did I leave it? I left my brain in San Francisco. Far, far a frickin' way. What is wrong with me? How do I forget the simplest of frickin' things? Oh dear.
A monster has appeared.
Okay, that's a new one. Can ice monsters walk across water? It would seem that they can. This is an interesting situation to be in. You walk right past the man holding a crystal. That seems a little strange. If there was a man walking down the street holding a kebab, I wouldn't exactly, you know, just let him walk by unassaulted. Oh, and now you drop the crystal to start shooting. Okay, bit weird. Whatever. Man, I love this game, but does it befuddle me? Certainly. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's that sort of thing anyway. Anything we can drill? No. If we keep going far enough, we should get through to a crystal seam. No, we won't, because there'll be a piece of irritant in the way, to use a polite word. Never mind. I'll get someone in the rapid rider to go across here, and we'll go the long way around. Oh, for goodness sake! You keep going down. It's driving me up the frickin' wall. And you keep doing that, which is also driving me up the frickin' wall. Kitty on, I'm going to be dancing on the ceiling in a minute. It's the second time I've referenced that song this week. Don't tell me you don't have a drill. You do have a drill. Get your scrawny ass over there and get on with it. Oh, it's because Action Station's son, isn't it?
Action station.
That's why. Right, are you gonna... Oh, goodness. I noticed. Are you gonna assault this? No, you're not. You're gonna come over here. Which is just a pain. Just a massive, massive pain. Yeah, ice monsters can walk across water. That's a new one. Why don't you have a gun? Whatever your name is. Right, what's going to die first? He is. Excellent. Okay. You need a gun. Thank you. Somebody else can get in this for a little bit, I think. Dear, I knew the lava monsters could walk across lava. I didn't know the ice monsters could walk across ice. Except they're not walking across ice, they're walking across water, but presumably it's because they're programmed to cross the ice. Because, oh, fuck. Shouldn't have given you a gun, should I? Oh, dear. This is proving to be a lot more interesting than I anticipated. And a lot more difficult than I anticipated. Oh, for goodness sake, we could be here all frickin' afternoon. Yeah, at least he's gonna flee. Oh no, keep it on, Phil, keep it on. Oh dear. This is going to be an interesting situation. I'm going to go a little bit 1v1 on this. Who's going to win? The answer is I would like to go first person and do the fighting myself, but I don't want to screw it up. Don't go into the wall, please don't go into the wall, please don't go into the wall. Oh no, you're not, are you? Because you're going to go off and assault the tool store again. And you're going to manage it, because there's going to be nobody about to defend it. You know what? I kind of regret everything negative I've ever said about you, mate. Right. Okay. Could somebody please get all of this stuff blown to Kingdom Come before that happens again? Oh, this is getting ridiculous. It's getting frickin' ridiculous. Okie dokie then, I think I have discovered most of what is to be discovered. I feel like there might be another little volcano hidden in here somewhere. I feel if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be in here. These monsters are becoming very irritating. They appear with an immensely high frequency. It's very annoying. The fact that they can walk across water is also very irritating. But it's fascinating to see a blend of all the different monster types appearing here, which is kind of cute. It's also sneaky because they look for places like this where they can get across, but then the miners have to slow down and go around, which is quite clever of them. It's actually quite competent. Here's something that's not competent. I put this rapid rider here. There's a piece of water here. And I built this bridge. And then I beached the rapid rider. So I get an A grade for coming up with new ways to be a moron. But yeah, this is actually a really nice level. It has a really interesting and unique dynamic where on the one hand you kind of want to build up a base so that you're safe from the monsters, on the other hand you also kind of don't, because you don't want to like create a permanent base where you've then got to invest resources in getting all of your crystals back to where you want them to be, rather than just creating like little mobile bases hither and thither. Yeah, it's a nice little balance, and nice to see something presumably made by a New Zealander, given that it might just be my experience, but I don't think I have ever played a game by anyone from New Zealand. So nice to see something from a New Zealander. Yes, this is rather enjoyable, and apparently this is the shape of New Zealand. I have to confess, I still don't know which way up it ought to be. But never mind. It doesn't look like there is another volcano here, which is a bit of a shame. I would have rather enjoyed seeing that again. But never mind. I think that's enough of that for now. Let's go and play another mission. Right. Tumble Tunnel. We have begun drilling in Sector 8 with Team Bravo. However, the interference from the bulk of rock above is playing around with our instruments. So in order for them to safely progress, we need the area hollowed out. Be mindful, crystals are very scarce, and the cavern is rolling with steep hills and unstable rock that may cause some vehicular activity. Of what we can scan, there is movement deep within the rocks, which of course means monsters. Be mindful of your surroundings and reinforce any breachable walls you come across. Begin mining operations and strip away as much of the rock as you can while protecting Radio HQ. While you're at it, collect 50 energy crystals. That sounds cool. Well, this is a wee little map. This is a wee little dinky one. Adorable. Right. Let's bring some people down and get everything reinforced before anything can go wrong and kill us. Because let's be honest, that happens often enough as it is. Oh yes, it's very bumpy, isn't it? Very bumpy indeed. Very bibbly and bumpy. So is my objective just to collect 50 crystals? Yes, indeed it is. Presumably the whole mining thing out is a little bit more optional. Right then. Which is always fun. Let's have a look on the old radar. Let's spoil the surprise. Oh good, hard rock everywhere. That always makes me happy. Oh dear. Which reminds me a bit of the Icy Vaults mission, I think it was called. Where you started in a relatively confined space like this and you had to mine out. That was a much, much bigger map though. Much, much bigger indeed. Oh goodness, the air requirements. I didn't even notice that. I got accustomed to air being plentiful down in New Zealand. Oh dear, I have made a bit of a boo-boo. Okay, I need to start building stuff pronto. I need to put a piece of power path here. Yep, there we go. Get all this rubble cleared out of the way, and then we'll put like a... Hopefully we'll put the teleport pad and power station here. Yeah, it looks about flat enough. We should be alright. Let's get these bits of wall out of the way as well. Just in case a monster decides to jump out and bite my face. Speaking of monsters jumping out and biting my face... You should probably get weaponry. Just... for goodness sake. Right, it'll go... No, it can't go there. Never mind. Never mind, it doesn't matter. We'll stick it wherever it'll fit. It's not good dating advice, but you know what I meant. Yeah, let's get a base built to me to get it built pronto. That's another thing about not being familiar with the levels, of course, is, you know, it's not just a matter of, oh, I don't know where the crystals are. It's also a matter of, I don't know where the flat bits of ground are. On the one hand, I want to spend time reinforcing stuff, on the other hand, I really don't. Because I need to get my air sorted out before anything else, to be honest. I'm thinking about it, we're probably not going to get access to any new caves, are we? Although we could over here. Where's this? This is this one, I think. Yeah, we need a bit of hard rock. There's a bit of hard rock between us and that, though. Because this... wrong button thing. This is an undiscovered cavern. If I can gain access to that, I'll get a bit more air. Which would be lovely. Now, there's no really flash enough to build this, is there? I build it there. Sort of. This is going to be a messy looking base. A messy looking base indeed. Did I upgrade that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Maybe we can upgrade that now. which will give me... Would people go over and do the jobs I've told them to do instead of picking up bits of ore? That's probably because I've put ore on low priority because I'm a dingus. Idiot. I'm not being very competent. Am I being cheesed off how many people slamming doors at the moment? Yay! That makes me happy. Because we're going to need many more crystals than we've got currently. I need to get that blown open. Because this will give us access to a new cavern, which will give us a little boost to our air supply. Which could be a very, very important difference. I can't put it there. Where was that other place I could have put it? I can put it there. That will look slightly less messy. Did that give us more air? Doesn't look like it gave us more air. No, wrong button. Wrong button. Dear, this is a little dicey. Okay, let me at least use this to figure out where I can put it. Okay, so I can put my support station right there, so I don't need to... I don't need to worry about that. I need to worry about other things, like the fact that 90% of my crew now has a concussion. There's a seam over here. It's going to take a little while to access it, though. But we're not having a huge volume of luck when it comes to the crystals anywhere else, so I reckon it would be in our best interest to try and access it. Yeah, if we cut through here, we'll only have to get through one bit of hard rock, I think. That seems reasonable. I reckon I can just about manage that. Okay, so we'll get this built, which means I can upgrade it, and I can set the support station to be built, and we can at least get the ore in, which means the only thing we need to put in is the crystals once we actually get hold of them. That seems vaguely reasonable. Right. Come on, come on, come on. We haven't time to be hanging about! Particularly when people are getting hit over the head with big rocks. Not the time, friend, wherever you are. Really, really not the time. Right. That's better. I need to get a couple of people to have some spanners, don't I? Get all of this bit mended up. Right, repair that, please. I should probably put repairing stuff at top priority, so that someone gets it sorted out. Right. Oh yeah, good. And we've actually got enough to power stuff as well. That's excellent. Huzzah! We can now enjoy sandwiches. Good, good, good. I am enormously glad about that. Right, I need to be careful about where I put this electric fence, otherwise it's going to get blown to bits. Let me see. Put a piece there, and a piece there, and a piece there. And then it's all going to be slightly out of sync with the buildings, which is a bit screwy. But never mind. Yeah, okay. At least we've got the oxygen sorted out, and they've had their sandwiches, which is all lovely. So at least that is one less thing to be worrying and panicking about. I also just realised I shouldn't really have the fence this close to the buildings, because it means they can still throw their toys out of the pram. It means they can still throw their rocks and smash up the buildings, but at least they'll get zapped when they get a little closer. So that should give us one line of defense at least. So it said crystals are really scarce, which makes me wonder whether maybe I'm not supposed to like build up a big base and not supposed to build up a big base and get like loads of vehicles and stuff. I want lots of vehicles because we've got a decent map to deal with here. And vehicles, of course, are brilliant for getting stuff out under the noses of monsters. But I worry that we won't have much opportunity to do that.
I hear ya.
But there's another seam not too far away. We can't access it directly through here. In fact, we can't access it at all. We're going to have to either go around here. Yeah, in fact, that's probably the only way we're going to be able to go. Darn it! Never mind. I guess we're going this way then. Yeah, because because we're going to need to find quite a lot more crystals before we're able to bring down any more vehicles.
An energy crystal has been found.
Okay, good. I'm glad about that, because that means I can actually carry on with building some more stuff. Blast that out of the way. Thinking about where I want to build it. It's going to be a decent place to build it. Let's get rid of that. Do I want to get a super teleport pad? I mean, yes, but also no. I mean, I really want one. I don't suppose I've really got any choice about the matter, have I? Actually, I don't need that piece there anymore, do I? Because there's no way a monster can come out of here. Yeah, I am just going to extend that along there a tiny bit. Because I've noticed that monsters have this horrible habit of coming into corners like this, which is really, really irritating when they do that, but they always seem to manage it. However, doing that has disconnected this from the whole rest of the circuit, which is irritating. I'm just going to extend the whole thing out a bit, I think. I mean, it can't do any harm. It's hardly as if it costs resources. And get rid of that bit as well, can't I? Yeah, I suppose. Right, again, I don't know why I'm trying to be, like, careful and conserve the resources as well as if it matters. Okay then, so if I need like another 5 crystals before I can get a granite grinder. I really want one though. That's the wrong button, Phil. Eventually I'm going to press the right button, not today though. It'd be also good to have a mining laser, really. Yeah, and keep invaders at bay. Exactly, my friend. That's exactly what you want them for. They're very useful to have as more of a turret rather than anything else. Rather than for the sake of actually doing any mining, they're brilliant for just using them to keep nasty things far, far away from all of the nice things that you have in here. So, we're still no closer to getting access to this seam, and to be honest, we are moving at a very tardy pace, if I may say so. But, let's go through this as well. Yeah, I mean, I've got to blast through quite a bit to get anywhere here. There is something on the far side of this. It's not a seam, though. Let's reinforce that, like that. Yeah, give me a little bit longer, and I should try to get us a slightly more powerful drilling implement, and then we can try and pick up the pace a little bit. Sadly, it had the Grand Diddly squat in it, though. I don't know, they weren't lying when they said this place was sparsely populated with crystals. Should have said it was stingily populated with crystals. It might have given me a slightly better indication. So that's another thing which is difficult to get the balance right with this series. Because on the one hand, I want to... goodness. On the one hand, I want to do missions which are short, because I like to do like 2 missions per video. I feel like that's a decent balance for these sorts of things. Which means I tend to gravitate towards the ones which have lower crystal requirements, like the last one needed 30, this one needs 50. I'm trying to pick the ones that require smaller numbers of crystals rather than huge, large numbers of crystals. However, that tends to be the missions which have a low crystal requirement because they still take quite a long time to do because you've got to do quite a lot to earn those crystals. Which leads me to little pickles like this. Hello little pickle. Hello 3-pointed pickle. Dear. What do you bet he's just going to sit there quietly and nobody's going to disturb him? Dear, I bet absolutely nothing. Go on, who's going to be the one to disturb him and wake him up? No? No, he actually is just going to sit there and snooze. Remember correctly, in the original game, it was Zeds came up from them when they were snoozing, which was kind of adorable. I mean, as adorable as a murderous monster that wants to murder me can be, it was sort of adorable. Right, We're very nearly there. We only need 1 or 2 more crystals and then we can finally get hold of a granite grinder. We're also getting further away from the base, which means people are spending ages walking to and fro rather than staying in little areas doing jobs, which is a shame. It's not as efficient as it could be. It'd be more efficient if we could get vehicles. Let's hope we get some soon. Right. It's taken far longer than I care to admit, and I can't upgrade the darn thing, but I've got a granite grinder now. Okay, right. I'm in such a pickle right now, because on the one hand this mission is very slow going, and I feel like I shouldn't like bore you and waste your time by just showing you me just drilling through one bit of rock, drilling through another bit of rock, slowly moving forward, slowly trotting along. On the other hand, there's not a hell of a lot else to show you right now, and I'm afraid I'm running out of things to talk about. So, I really am in a little bit of a pickle. But, oh, for goodness sake. See, this is a problem. Because I can't use... the granite grinder cannot defend itself. That would be one of the massive advantages of using a large mobile laser cutter rather than a granite grinder. The large mobile laser cutter... oh, for goodness sake, the large mobile laser cutter can defend itself from dinguses like you. Granite grinder is like a tank. It needs infantry around it to protect it. Otherwise it just gets screwed over.
Action station.
That's better. Now, what's going on over here?
An energy crystal
Okay.
has been found.
I'm actually going to mine through here. I was going to mine through here and try and get access to this seam, but I reckon we're going to have slightly more luck if we try to go through here and get to this seam. So I should really get this reinforced so it falls down everyone's brains and gives some serious concussions. Let's go through here. Let's at least explore little bits of the map. Then at least I can give you like a little taster of it, and then you can go and explore the rest yourself, if you so desire. Because yeah, I want to show the mission off, and I want to do the mission justice, and I want to like do the maker of the mission justice as well. I don't want to like, you know, only show off little tiny bits of it, because I feel like that isn't fair on all of the effort that's gone into making this level. And it's not fair on you that want to see the level, but at the same time,
An energy
I've
crystal has been found.
I've simply run out of rubbish to talk about. But it seems like we're about to gain access to a slightly larger cavern, so this should be an interesting reveal. It wasn't very interesting. As it transpired, there was the grand total of not very much in it. And now I have a horrible feeling that a monster is going to appear and try and eat all of these crystals, which makes me think I should try and mine out anything here which I can. We only need to get me a little truck or something. People go over here and get these crystals, please, instead of whatever it is you're doing, which I'm sure is far less important than whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. It's like we're not even anywhere near the edge. It's like we've made so little progress, despite going for so very long. But, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much more to do. Bit of a bummer, isn't it? Bit of an old bummer.
Crystal has been found.
Get on with it. Get on with it! Thank you. Goodness. Don't mind me. Just brooming, basically. Just brooming. Broomy, broomy, broom. Instead of shooty, shooty, shoot.
Action station.
That is the first time in a very long time that I've actually lost a crystal. I shouldn't end on that. I'm not going to end on that. I'm going to try and have something vaguely more successful. Because goodness, that was a humiliation. Oh dear. Yeah, I get the distinct impression that the way to do this is with a large mobile laser cutter. So build yourself a mining laser, and then this is nice. This is a nicer looking area. This looks like it might actually have some stuff in it. I do wish you could use this to fight. I don't mind though. Oh, you are doing damage. Well, blast. You better get out and start shooting him then, hadn't you? Dear. Turns out, when I don't know exactly what I'm doing, I suddenly begin to suck at this game a hell of a lot. Just please don't let him run away with 1,000,000 crystals this time. Oh, for goodness sake. Yes, if you'd gone and cleared rubble instead of picking up these crystals, then frankly I would have just had a little paddy. Gideon, I suck. Oh well, I suppose it's fitting. Actually, I could have got a couple of trucks by now. Never mind. I think that's probably enough, to be honest. I feel like if I go any further, I'm just going to humiliate myself more than I already have, and I'm not sure I can stomach that at the moment. But this looks like a cool level. I expect I'll finish this off another time, in my own time, as it were, to actually see the rest of this, because I feel like with some competent tactics, this could actually work quite successfully. I feel like you really need to motorize your operations here. You really need to do that, and you need to be well defended as well. So either, if you're going to use a granite grinder, you have got to keep people around it to defend it, or you have got to use a large mobile laser cutter, which can defend itself.
A monster has appeared. Action stations.
There's just a whole... Oh, for goodness sake, there's literally a whole frickin' orgy going on in here. This is not acceptable. Right, we're going to murder you two, and then we're going to say goodnight to the nice people, because frankly, I think we've disappointed them enough for one evening. Oh, would you stop standing around and shoot them? Would you stop standing around and shoot them? At least their aim is decent. Much better than mine is, anyway. At least their aim is decent, unlike in the original. Right, that's one of them sorted out at least. And this one's just going to get his face zapped. No, he's not. He's going to turn tail and run slightly earlier than that because he got his bottom zapped. Never mind. Gideon. Gideon, I suck at this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we lost some crystals. I feel like that's a real sign of failure. But never mind. That was Tumbling Tunnel, I think this is called. Tumbling Tunnel version 2. So, yeah. Sorry that I suck. Always have, probably always will. Let me know if you think it would be nice to do some videos on these missions, this Baz mod thing, or whether you think that would be a bit much. And you just want sort of more unexpected custom levels that are a bit more sort of random, like the New Zealand one, and that one, rather than stuff which is a bit more predictable, at least to some degree, like these ones. But yeah, I don't know what these would be like. Obviously we saw the Drill Night one, it's like a little primer to it, but yeah, I've heard some are quite difficult. I've heard that the version of Rocky Horror is really quite difficult, and I dread to think what the Back to Basics one is, and what was it called? Slimy Simple sounds interesting. Presumably they thought that the slugs weren't used enough and needed to be implemented a bit more. Idiot. Whoever looked at a slug and thought, gee whiz, I want more of that, had some sort of serious problem going on in their brain. But anyway, I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your life now, and I'm going to go off and sit in a corner and feel slightly ashamed of my performance today, because I have generally been a bit rubbish at both of those levels, and I apologise for that. But anyway, yes, I hope you enjoyed that. It's always nice to do a bit more Manic Miners. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise sincerely. Look after each other, and